Hello, my name is Pablo Bolaños, and for my presentation, I will be talking about African American communities versus white American communities. So first, I want to talk about African American communities and some of the things associated with them. And a lot of this is portrayed in media, movies, shows, and most of it is true. There's a lot of violence, drugs, guns, gangs, liquor stores, and another thing, apartment complexes. And a lot of these communities may be a lot poorer, so the schools there aren't so good. The stores there aren't so well, so there might be certain things like liquor stores, like I said, in the communities or in the areas, and a lot of these fast food restaurants, and also like the fast quick like 7-Elevens or little mini marts that carry junk food, and a lot of these are in those areas. So in the white American communities, this is more like the white suburban neighborhoods, and it's portrayed also in movies. You see a lot of movies in the richer families. They live in these white suburban neighborhoods with the nice houses, the big houses, the nice cars, wide roads, more room, and better stores. And what I mean by better stores is, in the white communities, there might be a Whole Foods there or Trader Joe's that have better food options for people that live there, and have less of the liquor stores, have less of the mini marts, have less of the fast food places in those areas. They have more, options. It seems more clean. There's more trees and stuff. The streets are clean. And that's a lot of the stuff associated with these communities. You could tell the difference between a more poor and a more richer area. You could tell there's better schools, bigger schools. There's probably a college or so, or businesses or things like that. So in this slide, I want to talk about the income inequality, and I have the graph on there, and it talks about the growing wage gap between black and white workers. And as you can see, it continues to go up. In 2015, it's up 26.7%. And the past years, it's been up. And it keeps getting worse and worse. And the rich get rich while the poor get poorer. Yeah, it's true that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, while the middle stays stagnant and stays the same. There's uneven distribution of wealth, and it still continues to get worse as the years go by. White people are getting paid more than black people. And also, it's not just that. There's a lot of things that contribute to this inequality. It could be because someone is not only is black, but some other race, or someone is, or women are still, So there's a lot of things that contribute to this inequality factor of the economy, and how things aren't getting fixed. They seem like they're getting worse, especially with the past or current president, gonna be our past president, but a lot of things aren't doing so well, and it's showing more. I feel like it's showing more. We can see now. We could see the difference even more. People are opening their eyes, and they see the difference between it. So in this slide, I want to talk about the environmental racism factor of both communities. and I put a picture of this, and it looks like it's two African American guys, and they're shooting hoops behind, and then behind them is a factory or industrial plant. But that's basically what it is. It's environmental racism. People live near factories where there's more pollution, there's more waste, there's cheap food options, bad food for them to eat, for people to eat, and they're just all in all, it's basically just bad living environment. And on the other side of town, because every town has a bad side of the town, and every town has a good side of the town. And the bad side's usually the poor side, with more violence, more gang activity, more drug activity. And the good side is where the big business is at, where people come to shop, malls are at, restaurants, expensive restaurants, the Whole Foods, Trader Joe's are at. Those are the white communities where the money's at, where the wealth is at. White communities are going to be where the wealth's at, while the poor communities are going to be where, these factories are at and where this pollution's at. That's where the poor community is going to be. White communities are towards the money, and there's clean air, better food options, far away from pollution. And you could tell, and I later in this presentation, I'm going to show a video about environmental racism and environmental justice and the history behind all this. And so it's basic, pretty basic. So on this slide, I want to talk about white supremacy, and basically the definitions in the title. It's the white race is superior over any other race or ethnic background, and they see themselves as top dog, better than everyone else, and they want to reach that in every level, whether it be health-wise, whether it be economically. They want to be better than every race, and which in reality they kind of are. They kind of are better economically, and they put themselves in the situations and places to where they are able to overcome other races, whether that be black, whether that be Latino, whether that be Asian. They want to better themselves and see that and one of the things that fuels it, and one of the things one of the people that fueled it was Trump. And Trump didn't shy away from people that believed in this and had the same ideology. Trump basically fueled it, and he said it's okay to be like this, it's okay to think that way, which there's more people than you think that have this ideology, and that there's a lot of people that might not come out and say it, but back in the back of their minds still believe it, and they still support it, and they might not even know that they're supporting it, but they're supporting it because of the things that they might be doing, or the things that they might be contributing to in society. But another thing too is how a lot of white people are able to overcome other races economically is because of the generational wealth, and how wealth is passed down to one another by generations. And I know a lot of white families that have a lot of money because they own businesses or they own land, and they pass that land down to their kids, and then their kids own it for a long time, make money off of it, and then they pass it down to their kids. And I know a couple of families that have done that and have, and then that's everywhere. That I'm sure that happens everywhere, and that's why, the top 10% of the richest people in America are white Americans, white males. they pass it down and get richer and make their families richer, so that then they can pass it down. So it's just it's a cycle that keeps going around, and they keep getting better while they make other races not so well and keep them in their place. So it's something, and it's their goal. This is their goal, to do that, because that's the idea of white supremacy. They want to be superior over any other race. They don't want any other race to reach them. And that's the whole idea.